morning. My name's Chic Ritzheimer. I'm here from Phoenix, Arizona area out in Glendale. This is a 1961 Corvette that we found back in Idaho. The fella that I was working with on this at the beginning was a Shriner buddy of mine, because I fly Shriner kids to the hospitals for work, and we were both members of the Shrine, and he had worked on these kind of cars back in the 60s, and we were both from St. Louis originally. So, long story short, I asked him if he ever wanted to do a job like on a car and rebuild it, and he says he was too old. I said, I got the legs, let's do it. So we did. He gives me the name and number of a guy back in Idaho, and I called the guy up, and I was really kind of leery about going because he sounded really nasty on the phone. But I got there, he was just really a sweet old guy. I guess he was tired of people making him offers all the time on this car. Well, I got there and met him, and he just turned out to be a really sweet guy after you get to know him. So I asked him, I said, I don't know anything about this, what I should even offer you on this car. I said, I don't know is it 50, 100, 500, 1,000? I have no idea. He says, what was that last number? And I said 1,000. He says, take it, it's yours. And I said, Paul told me that, because I mentioned Paul, and he knew Paul because Paul had tried to buy this car from him 3 or 4 times over the years. And he said he wouldn't, the last he offered him was 10,000. Now, if you saw what the car looked like, you'd realize that was a good price for all the parts, because it had all the parts, but they were scattered everywhere. The motor was out of the car, the trunk was a mess. I mean, bugs and birds and rats and whatever the hell was in this thing. But anyway, we just started it, and it was just a blessing. He kind of stopped doing it because he was getting old at about the 2nd year. So my daughter, she was out here working on her master's in nursing school, so she and I got started on this thing, and she just kind of stuck around and helped me get most of the rest of it done. But we really paid a lot of attention to detail. If you look at everything from the wiring to the nuts and bolts, everything under the car, I didn't spray paint it with the black undercoat like they do from the factory. I left it normal because you can really see every little nut and spring and bolt and everything in this thing. So it turned out really, really well. And the same way on the sides. If you look at the sides where we did the custom painting, like I said, the guy that painted this painted my airplane. But if you look at the areas, all the nuts, bolts, everything's been completely replaced. And all the parts that you see like down on the inside of the door and things of that sort, everything came apart, and it was all painted, and then it was reassembled. Yeah. So, and I just wish he was closer than he was where he was at in California, but it worked out really well. The exhaust system, that was it's a custom built exhaust system by a friend of mine that had a muffler shop at the time. He closed down after COVID, and but the muffler fit just perfect, and it's just like the originals. Because we had a lot of pictures. Now, what's really a shame is when we got this car, and I finally was getting it about year 3, we had the original hubcaps. Somebody stole my original hubcaps. So I had to buy the approved ones from Taiwan, and one of these hubcaps, my old hubcaps, weighs more than all 4 of these things put together. It still cost me over $250 per hubcap, but the old ones, I guess if you try to find one, are probably closer to $1,500–1,600. So I was really bummed out about that. But what is so unique about this is that the year, because 61 was what I really liked about it, that was the year they went to the ducktails getting ready for the C2 models. And this particular car, there was only 855 of these manufactured with the jewel blue paint. So, and out of that 850, there was only another 160 that had the automatic transmission. And that's what I really wanted, was the automatic transmission, because after that dive accident, I can't use this left leg too much. So, but I was blessed, and I'm very blessed to this day. And I did this, and now it's fun to take it to shows to just show the people what a car looked like in 1961. But if you notice my show board, the average income in 1961, median income, was $5,700 a year. This particular car with the automatic transmission and the white wall tires, the 2-tone paint, my God, you could get white wall tires in those days for $31. That was what the white walls cost you. The 2-tone paint on the thing, that was about $16. So, but the whole car itself was just a little over $4,000. So, that's why they didn't sell a whole lot in those days, I guess, because of the cost, If you're only making
different to the engine at all?
No, ma'am. That's all original. It's all stock. Yep. The only thing we did was the guy that did this over in where the heck was he at? He's dead now too. Bless his heart. He was out in the west side out there. No, I'm sorry. He's not dead. He's got really serious dementia, and but we took the motor. The motor was out of it when we found the car, so he had it. It was a lot easier doing that. He just cleaned it up really well and made sure everything was working on it, and kind of cleaned it, painted a little bit on the bottom, and then we got it back and then put the thing in. But I put the air conditioner on there because this is Arizona, and oh yeah, you got to have AC out here. Holy smokes, they're great.
Thank you so much.
Hey,
for
my pleasure,
sharing
my
your
pleasure,
story.
Dana. My pleasure. Yeah, it's not much of a story, but it's it's there.
You won. Tell me your award that you
I
got
think it was
restored.
Restored. Yeah,
Yeah,
I got a
best
restored award, which
That's
is kind of
awesome.
nice. So yeah,
Well,
I'm blessed.
well-deserved.
I think it was just a blessing that I was able to get it this far.